Hi guys, today I want to bring you a review on Fixed Grammar. This is Town Mouse and Country Mouse Level 2 from the Institute for Excellence in Writing, better known as IW. I would like to give you this review, tell you guys how we got to know about this program, why we decide to go with this program for these past years. We've been working with Fixed Grammar for 2 years already, and I would like to give you this review. Hi guys, if you're new, my name is Emma. I have 1 kid, and today I want to bring you a review on our Fixed Grammar. This is Town Mouse and Country Mouse. This is from the Institute for Excellence in Writing, better known as IW Level 2, the new edition. We are already done with Fixed Grammar, and we did previously the old edition of Fixed Grammar. That's how we start with this company. But I would like to speak a little bit how we got to select Fixed Grammar for us this past year, correct? So we start with another program, and while we were working very well with that other program, I felt like it was lacking a little bit when it comes to the fact that I was wanted for my kid to actually practice labeling the parts of a speech. I was wanted something that will create for him more practice, and practice I am trying to refer as writing and being able to identify those parts of a speech. And with that other program, it was more towards his auditory, where it goes with the definitions. He was having to learn the parts of a speech, but more just defining them, and not so much when it comes to the practice. He had to do some enrichment activities and maybe copy work. It was just very gentle, and I was looking for something a little bit more advanced for him because I noticed that he was doing pretty good with grammar, correct? So I decided to look for another program, and that's how we discovered Fixed Grammar from the Institute for Excellence in Writing, better known as IW. And it's been working very well for us. We start with the old edition, which is the nose trees, this one in here, and this is the teacher guide. This is how it looked before. And we did the old edition, which I have a video where I show the differences from the old edition to the new edition. So I will leave that link in the description box as well, somewhere around in here. And we are now doing, well, we actually finished Town Mouse and Country Mouse. That's the one that we were just doing recently, that we just finished recently. So with this new edition, Town Mouse and Country Mouse, it just continues defining those parts of a speech with those capitalization rules as well, commas. And I just noticed there were some differences when we decided to go with this new edition. So I decided to just continue with Town Mouse and Country Mouse and not just jumped in to, which will be now the third level, which is Robin Hood. So we did the nose tree, and we continue with level 2, which is Town Mouse and Country Mouse for this new edition. I noticed that the layout of the program was different, and I wanted to just make sure that he was going to understand how it was going to be working now. So I decided to get the new edition. A lot of parents decide not to go with this new edition and just continue with Robin Hood, which was the next level if you would have done the old edition of Fixed Grammar. With Town Mouse and Country Mouse, they are just, the kids will correct the errors, the grammatical errors, labeling the parts of a speech, looking for those commas and vocabulary, and it's just works very well because they get to practice, they get to rewrite the story, they get to just make sure that they are understanding what they are doing with the grammar. And that is the reason why I decided to go with this company and just to give it a try to fix the grammar, and I haven't regretted. But I would like to show you a little bit more really quick and just explain to you guys how the program works. So here we have Fixed Grammar, Town Mouse and Country Mouse. This is a student book, level 2 by Pamela White. And we're going to open really quick, and here you are going to see first of all the instructions, and that is something that I like because it's just so simple to follow and so simple to understand. So that is something that I really enjoy about this program. You can use the Fixed Grammar cards, and I like to use those cards with my kid because they are just color coded and it's easy for him. When he's in doubt, he just don't have to go to the end of the book. He can just look at them and find whatever he needs. So that is something extra that you will be purchasing. It costs $15. I think it's around $15. So that is a good buy if you decide to do it. It has a scope and sequence for the parents. They use as well vocabulary, and here you have another side of the scope and sequence. So Town Mouse and Country Mouse continues defining pretty much the parts of a speech and explains basic comma and capitalization rules. It introduces as well complex sentence patterns, vocabulary, and obviously more than that, because your kid is rewriting pretty much a story, and they get to practice their writing now with this new edition because they are rewriting it. So they get to learn the new concepts while they are just marking it. So they are learning how to label those parts of a speech. They get to fix the embedded errors. So that is something where they get to just understand better what they are doing with the grammar. As well, they get to rewrite it, and by them rewriting the story, they are having the opportunity to practice their handwriting as well. So that is a bonus there, extra, as well as the vocabulary. If you are like me, I decided not to purchase a separate vocabulary program because I just thought that it was going to be enough with what he is getting of vocabulary from this program. But that is just how we are doing it. And this is how it looks there. So they just have to label those parts of a speech. With the new edition, those parts of a speech are already here. So they will be just looking for them. So one article for nouns, 2 capitals, 1 M mark. That's what they will be looking in here. They can rewrite the vocabulary word in here. The definition, if you notice, is a bolded word here in this sentence. So they can just rewrite that definition there. I have my kid actually looking for that word in the dictionary and just rewriting it in here. At the beginning, we were just doing the same thing that we were doing with the old edition, which is to have a separate notebook where he was just going to look for that bolded word and he was going to rewrite it in that notebook. But now with this new edition, you guys don't have to do that. The kid actually can rewrite it in here, and you will see eventually when I continue just giving you this quick flip through, because I have a flip through already, you're going to see that in fact they can rewrite that definition there. So you can see it in here that he just add that definition there, and I'm just showing you guys as well how he did it. And some of the errors at the beginning, even though he went through the old edition, but it's just continue practicing. And I did notice how much he learned with this new edition as well, because there's always some differences with this new edition, a little bit more that I noticed that he has to be looking for, correct? So I am glad that I decided to go with this new edition, continue just the pattern, correct? So here you can see that it's increasing in the amount of material that they need to be doing, but it's just giving them as well an introduction for that week, what they're going to be working for that week and for that lesson, correct? So pretty much they will spend 15 minutes a day for 4 days a week. That's how the program works. But you can adjust, you can customize the program. It's very customizable. You can have your kid, if your kid is really good, very proficient with grammar, you can have your kid doing 2 pages or 3 pages a day, and it will work very well for them. So it's just 15 minutes a day for 4 days a week. That's how the program works. It is very well layout. So if you want your kid to work independently, that is something that you can do as well. I always like to just read the beginning of the lesson, which is called Learn It. It just gives a brief introduction of what they're going to be working with for that week. And I just like to go through that with my kid. I just like to go through the introduction, through the Learn It section with my kid, and then have him work with the sentence. After he works with the sentence and he has done his rewrite, I go with him and I just write the sentence on the dry erase board and just go with him through the sentence after I have corrected as well, just to make sure. At the beginning, they are just learning the new concept. Once you reach almost half of the program, you're going to start seeing those reviewed sections, and they are going to be just reviewing what they have learned, those new concepts that they have put in practice, that they have learned. So you can see I review it in here. And it's a very simple review it. So they just have as well 4 days. And it's just 50 minutes as well. So this section for review it again. Once they go through the week, they are just reviewing what they have learned already. Every review section they're kind of similar, but you have some of them that are just like activities. They just present those reviews as an activity. So you have fill in the blanks, you might have crosswords, or just for them to just define those parts of a speech. They have as well some questions that they can answer. At the end, when you finish the program, you're going to see that they have the story completely. And not only that, but it gives them the chance to create and use their imagination to just use the story and add some words to make that story fun in a fun way. So I think that is really good. I liked it that I think it works as a bonus at the end when he completed the program. And as well, you can see the story. They can see the story, and you can just use this as a way to just gratify them for finishing and completing the program. And it's just a good way to create an activity just to celebrate that they have completed the program. So I think that works very well. I would like to switch the camera and just talk to you guys a little bit about what I think that I didn't like so much of this new edition. So you got to see how the new edition looks, and I would like to just as well express what I think I didn't like so much about this new edition. While I did enjoy the fact that they can just have a space in the book without the necessity to use a notebook, a separate notebook, to just rewrite not only the definitions but as well the story, I didn't enjoy the fact that it didn't have the advanced section just embedded with the lesson, so to speak, within each day, like they had it with the old edition. And let me just give you a look in here. So with the old edition, they have this advanced section here. So if your kid did something that was considered advanced, you were able to immediately be able to see it and gratify your kid, or just letting them know that they were doing something that was advanced. It was a way to motivate your kid to continue working and doing great with what they were doing, with the work that they had to do for the day. With this new edition, you do have the advanced section, but you have to go all the way at the end of the book. And if you have a few kids, I consider that a con. I consider that even a con for myself, that I have one kid, but we do a lot of car schooling, so just go back and forth with the book is a little bit complicated. I still was able to just do it, but I consider that with the old edition, having the advanced section just embedded the work that they had it to do for the day was actually working better for me. I just think that I liked the layout a little bit with the old edition compared to the new edition. I do enjoy the fact that the new edition has that extra space for them to rewrite the story and to be able to just rewrite their vocabulary in their own book without the necessity to just have another notebook. And I am very sure that that was something that my kid enjoyed the most this year when it comes to the Fix It Grammar book. It was the fact that he didn't have to be looking around or just going around just to look for his notebook to be able to just add those vocabulary words. And it was helpful as well because we didn't waste time just having to look for the notebook when we are doing. It was just taking us more time and extra space when we were doing car schooling. So I did appreciate that. I am very happy that I found this program. I am very happy as well that we are able to work very well with this program. This program is been working very well with my kid. I like the fact that I don't have to add a vocabulary program because it just has vocabulary integrated with their grammar. And it's just an extra bonus for me, especially if you do school on the go, if you do a lot of car schooling, just like we are just very grateful with the fact that we just have to carry 2 books and that the vocabulary is all embedded there. And it's just so easy. We don't need an extra book just to get that vocabulary word. We are able to just practice them, and he's able to just make sure that he's understanding that vocabulary word because they are using it within the sentence that they have to correct those errors from. So I think that's a very good pro. I just give you some of the pros as well. Another pro is the fact that it's very customizable. If your kid is very proficient, you can have your kid doing 2 days in 1 day, or you can have as well your kid work independently. This is a program that is very well. You can have your kid very well work independently with the program, and it's something that is easy as well if you have a few kids. I have 1 kid and I enjoy the program. I like the fact that even the teacher guide is so simple to use. It's just easy for me. I have everything there. I don't need to be looking for anything extra just to provide and just explain the lesson to my kid. It's very easy and the layout is so clean and simple. So this old edition was really good and this new edition was really good as well. So I am happy that we got to work with the old edition, but I am happy as well that we got to now being able to work with this new edition. I like the fact that now he doesn't need to use another notebook just to be able to work with the program. And that is so simple for us, especially when we are doing car schooling, when we are on the go. And even here at home, it's so easy to use. I can even write the sentence on the dry erase board and we can just do it in a way that is more interactive. So that is another pro, because you can have the program work in a way that is more interactive by you just having your kid doing the sentence on the dry erase board and then being able to correct everything together. So I think that it works very well, even if you have multiple kids as well. If you have just 1 kid, just like I think it works very well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you then. Bye bye, friends.